All right.
Okay. Shall we kick this? The Holocaust was an inside job. Holocaust was an inside job.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
What's up, everybody? This is the Sausage Boys podcast. Back for another episode. Finally in person again.
We're back and we're black. We're back. This is sounding crisp. It's weird hearing you actually in right next to me, not over
I was thinking
headphones.
that, like, from doing it on Zoom, I was like, with the energy in the room, it's always better.
Yeah.
But why?
Interesting.
And then I was like, maybe there's something, like, even about, like, the smell of being in someone's presence.
Oh, that's true. You can actually smell the person.
Like, even, like, if it's just subconscious or something. So I was thinking, you know how there's, like, inequality in workplaces.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's this woman here who's, like, attractive versus this dumb guy that I don't like, and I'm the boss. Like, who do I've got to fire one. Who do I want to remain in the office?
That's true.
So I was thinking, wouldn't it be better if everyone was on Zoom and everyone had the same avatar and voice?
Oh, I like that idea. Yeah, and there's no kind of what's it called? No discrimination at all because everyone is the same.
Yeah.
It'll probably take 2 minutes, and it's like, yeah, no, John B's a woman. I can tell. John B's been complaining.
Why what would they do to kind of...
John B's been nagging me all morning. And
Right.
John B keeps on saying, do you have this ready? Why isn't this here on time? Da-da-da-da-da. John B hasn't been receptive to any of my jokes either.
They keep filing complaints with HR whenever I say something hilarious.
John B and John F and John H have all gone to HR several times
But that's the thing, you couldn't even have
in the
like
past few hours.
You couldn't even have a gender on the name.
So you can just be misogynistic to everyone.
You just have to, technically.
Non-stop. You could just be...
The names would all have to be like Pikachu or something. Like
that's
that.
true. You couldn't even have John.
The only person that would suck for is like, just say someone had like Pikachu.
Yeah.
Someone come dressed as Pikachu at like their 6th birthday party and like acted inappropriately. That's the only person
that's
that would
true.
kind of get affected by that.
That's true.
It's like the Reddit thing. Like if everyone's anonymous, everyone's just a monster.
Yeah, there is a scary thing with anonymity. Is it? Anonymity?
Anonymity.
Anonymity?
Yeah.
Anonymity.
Yeah.
I think it does breed... Because it's like... Well, it's just like being at camp
Yeah.
and the lights go out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone
So
starts
you
saying
don't
the
know-
N-word.
Yeah, so
And you
like
don't know who
you're
said
like
it.
you're like they don't know
Yeah.
whose hand that is. I can probably get away with this.
I think there's goals on this trip. They may have accidentally snuck into the camp. This could be a woman's mouth. That's the thing. It could be a woman's mouth right now.
And it must be because I'm not
It
gay.
must- Yeah, I'm not gay, so
Imagine you're the
this
teacher
is
and the lights go out and you just hear like a bit of roughhousing and you come in, turn the light
Yeah.
on, and it's just like an orgy train. All these year 7 boys just having sex with each other.
What if there's a teacher that can do a really good kid's voice?
Yeah.
Like, Jake, you up? And it's like, oh, I thought, yeah, I'm up. Oh, I thought you went to sleep like hours ago. No, man. It's like, yeah, do it. Just, he starts pulling down his pants. He's like, oh, whoa, Jake. No, dude, come on.
And he's
Everyone's
like,
asleep.
and the kid's like, that's the smallest penis I've ever seen. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's actually...
Surely this can't be a high school kid. You must be a child.
You could definitely not be a
teacher-
year coordinator.
The
This
teacher
is...
just goes and kills himself.
So he's actually been... he fell down at the rock climbing. He tried to do it late at night. He snuck out. And that's what happens if you talk about the size of someone's penis. They can't control that. That's one thing we can't control. Women can control their weight. We can't control the size of our penises. Susan, why do you think I'm here on this camp all the time? Anyway, this is going somewhere strange.
Damn, when did I had a small penis joke?
You have a small penis joke. Oh, did I have a small penis joke? I think I may have somewhere. Why is it so
Anyway.
funny? It is so funny to just have a small penis. I think we are in kind of like, I think we probably talked about this before, but we're like in a renaissance for having a small penis. I feel we're right around that period of time where it is honestly like
Yeah.
post-ironically good to have a small penis.
I don't know if it's good.
I think it
it's
might
funny.
be.
It's just funny for someone else to.
Or yourself.
It's funny to say that, but you don't actually. The person that actually has a micro penis isn't making small penis jokes.
That's true. Or are they?
They're hanging
There. What if women were all funny? And there were like literally really appreciated humor, and you having a micro penis was actually just a really good bit. And they were like, no, this is hilarious. I'm going to marry this guy. Oh, actually, that's what it was. Okay, so you can either be like completely famous for having a huge penis, but you're like classically unattractive. The average person would say, yeah, this guy's
Right.
unattractive. Or you're famous for being extremely attractive, like world famous, but you have a micro penis. What one would you choose? And again, both of these gives you a whole bunch of success. Like again, the attractive guy can get any woman he wants.
How big and how small are we talking?
Probably we're talking about probably a nice 10
Yeah, versus
like 2. Too hard. What do you have to choose there? It's a tricky one. And you have to kind of become world
You'd
famous
have to go
for
the
both.
you'd have
for
to
one.
go the ugly,
Yeah.
the unattractive. Yeah, that's what you'd have to do. Because if you're rich,
That's true. You're rich, you're unattractive, and you have a huge penis.
yeah,
That'd be the way to go. But again, I guess you could be rich, extremely attractive. No one knows you have a small penis. That's the thing.
man, I'm nearly there. I just have to get attractive
Yeah.
and very famous.
Or how about, yeah, you have one of these things.
Yeah.
To the point where it can almost make you famous.
You're
Like
so
you can
unattractive.
literally be a model.
Yeah.
You'll be the best model in the world. Or you'd be like the best guy in porn. If you chose to. You would have to go that route though. Or you don't have to. You can choose one or the other. You'll be the best porn star who ever lived because you have a solid 10-inch penis. Or you're basically Brad Pitt.
True. What if you're just doing like POV
That's true. You could just do POV.
and you just
You'd probably make a lot of money, wouldn't you?
yeah.
So you're this kind of unattractive guy. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, he's pretty unattractive, but he's got like a nice piece on him.
You know what's funny to think about actually is like when it comes to feminism or something like that, and it's
Yeah.
like a woman being like, no, I'm not just a piece of meat.
Okay.
Like, you know who I care less about
Yeah.
is the guy in that video. I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to know that guy. I don't want to know his face. He's literally just a penis. I don't want
That's
anything.
true. Yeah,
I don't
the
want
guy in this
anything more.
POV video, he's just a piece of meat.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, the argument in it is like, what do you get? You would rather probably hang out with that person. You know what I mean?
With the huge penis.
Yes.
But not the attractive guy, because he's probably gonna. I think a whole bunch of stuff comes from being super attractive. I think you can't really have a good personality. You're not really that funny. Everything's kind of easy for you and handed to you. But then again, you have
Yeah.
this confidence when you have a huge penis.
Yeah.
And this attractive guy.
That's why I'm so
That's why I'm
so
so
unconfident.
But yeah, you do have this world where it's like, I know I have 10 inches,
Yeah.
but to the average person on the street, I'm kind of just unattractive. It's hard to pick up women. But the other guy can pick up any woman he wants. But when it comes down to business, she'll be like, oh, okay, this is awkward.
Well, that comes down to like back to what we were talking about. Can you just be like, oh no, I do have a small penis, and you just,
That's true. And you own it.
but you do actually have a small penis. So
Yeah, you're this Brad Pitt guy. You're literally kind of...
attractive people with small penises are asexual. Because their confidence is too high from being treated nice in their everyday life to ever be able to let
That's true.
people down. So they're just like, I'm not going to even try. I'm actually
You're
asexual.
not even going to try. And that's why I'm asexual.
I met someone like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I don't know that they had a small penis, but they were,
Okay.
they were asexual. They were asexual,
Otherwise,
and I was
yeah.
just like,
And they were really attractive.
yeah, they're a handsome dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the reason?
It's either a small penis or they've like just become psychotic because of like taking psychedelics or something like that.
Okay. Yep. So there's other things involved there.
Maybe they just look kind of like a beach hippie kind of thing.
Right.
It's very strange. It's very
Okay.
strange.
What about having like a 10-inch penis but it can't get hard? Or a 3-inch penis and it can get rock hard? Do you know what I mean? And again,
Yeah.
on first look, you have that gasp when you drop your pants.
But then you can't do anything
And
with
you
it.
can't do anything with it.
Yeah, that doesn't.
What if you get with women and you just wait for that moment and you're like, oh, sorry, I gotta go. And you just have to leave them waiting.
It's
And
like a
then they
gun. It's
tell
like
everyone.
no one's gonna rob your house if they think you've got a gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like the Fonz. Like he never actually has to fight anyone.
He's like, do you have sex with him? No. Me either. He always had somewhere to go. But they'll tell everyone.
Do you think these people, like, if you can't get an erection, that they could just come floppy,
I think so. Coming soft.
coming soft?
Yeah.
So well, I mean, it's important to get like a level of like sexual satisfaction, but it isn't for some people. But that's what would suck if it was interesting to you and
Yeah.
you couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. You couldn't physically engage in the act. You could try to put it inside her. You could kind of force it in. Kind of like...
Yeah. Yeah, like
Like
one of
Play-Doh
those,
or something
one of
like
those,
that.
like, you know those things, and they're kind of like a tube filled with water, and they just turn inside themselves.
Yes. It's never really going to fit. And you have to be
Yeah.
like, okay, we give up. This isn't
It's
happening.
trying to like put one of those inside like a toilet roll cylinder.
And it's impossible. Maybe you could do it, but it's kind of going to slip out straight away and not really do anything.
Yeah,
But again, you have a 3-inch penis and it gets rock hard.
yeah,
Rock hard.
yeah. That's what you do.
You would go for the
100
3-incher.
Yeah, and then just marry like a little person.
Oh, that's true. What
Yeah.
about those? I was actually thinking about the height differences as well.
Yeah,
Do you judge when there's a huge
I don't judge them.
height difference?
No, I don't judge that.
Really?
Unless it's a tall woman, then I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what? You can't do
Guy's
that.
Probably gay.
Yeah, yeah. If
that's,
there's a tall woman.
I think I saw a really tall. Where was I? I think I was.
Oh, but it's still if there was a really tall woman, that's probably like a mummy thing.
That's true. You'd probably have to be into a specific thing. If
Yeah.
there's a huge height difference.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Meg the Stallion thing. You kind of want her to throw you around the room. I can see that. Actually, I
Yeah.
can kind of get down with that quite a bit. I think that's... What's more awkward to be in public? Like a huge girl or with a tiny girl?
Huge girl.
Huge would be the more awkward.
Yeah. For
That's
any
true.
size, I'm just thinking like if it was like a shorter person with like a huge woman, that's
Yeah.
strange. But then if it was like a pretty tall dude with like an even taller woman, then it's just like you've sought that out.
That's true. Yeah, you've been...
Because the majority of people are smaller than
That's true.
you.
Yes.
You've gone looking for this extremely tall woman,
I kind of like that. Hey?
just hanging around like women's netball fields and.
What about, women's basketball? Because I think there's the percentage of them, like, 90% of them are lesbians. Is that something that just happens when you are over 6'5"? You're just forced to become a lesbian.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
it is.
Or it's the whole idea of you don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do something else.
I don't know. Maybe they've got like a higher T factor or something like that, and then
Was it
Because-
Dave Chappelle that did the bit about, like, ugly people becoming trans? Because it gives them something? Was that Chappelle?
I don't know, man. I'm sick of talking about trans
Was
people.
Yeah, what do you actually
Yeah.
feel about them kind of like in society and being able to be in spaces with their own sex?
Oh, here's something. You know Mike
Your,
Myers?
Yes.
Did you hear about him coming out as
What about Mike Myers coming out as
Homophobic.
Jewish?
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's Mike Myers with a K.
No, it isn't. No, what about Mike? Yeah, Mike Myers is homophobic. Did you know?
Really?
Yeah. It's just come out. It's like, I think he's getting cancelled for it.
Wasn't Austin Powers gay?
No, Austin Powers loved the ladies. He was a
But-
ladies' man.
But he was too much of a ladies' man that it was like someone who's that obsessed with women is obviously a gay man.
No, well, he just put out a new movie.
Yeah.
And the character's like apparently homophobic, and yeah, he's like not.
What about
Fighting against
Mike Meyer? And he's a Lebanese woman that works at Maya. Oh, yeah, baby, no, we got everything for you. Oh,
Yo,
baby,
Mike.
Yo, Mike, you gotta come over here. Oh, what is it, baby? I'm just working with this customer right now. Oh, you know, it's
Yeah.
smelling good. You want that Savage Johnny Depp? I got it in the back for you. Oh. That's the world kind of.
Oh no, that's right, man. Leave it there. Yeah, no. So he put that new movie out.
And he's homophobic in it.
Yeah, it's called Halloween.
Right.
Yeah, and he's homophobic. Did you hear about it? This?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mike Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, that's Michael Myers.
Same guy. A lot of people don't know that.
I don't think it is.
Same guy.
No, it's not.
What
Michael
else we
Myers.
got?
You know, Michael Myers is a Halloween character, isn't it, or a horror movie character?
Yeah, people dress up like Austin
Like-
Powers. I don't even know.
What about Michael Myers? And is like is the new Michael? What is it? Friday the 13th? Is it Michael? I don't know anything about horror movies, by the way. That's one thing I never got into. I think I was scared of them as a kid, and I never kind of went back. I've never watched Saw. I've watched like a bit of The Grudge. Yeah, that's Michael Myers.
What do we got? It's funny because like this character, people are freaking out saying he's homophobic.
Yeah.
He's a serial killer.
Yes.
That's kind of the least of people's problems. It's like this guy's a psycho.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and they're homophobic?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's-
At least
yeah.
I'm not a psycho.
Yeah, at least me and Jackson don't murder people.
That's the majority of crazy news is like this psycho person did a psycho thing. Like Kanye inviting Marilyn Manson to his Sunday service.
Yeah.
And like that's a headline. And it's like Kanye's literally a crazy person. And then he did a crazy thing.
Yes.
And people are like,
They're shocked at why he would do it.
yes. It's like because he's a psychopath.
I guess you do have it is fascinating, the Michael Myers thing. Where it's like, it's like an Onion article, and I feel there've been so many of these Onion articles that over the last few years that are actually just kind of coming to life,
Yeah.
and people don't really know how to feel about it. Wait, was he just killing gay people?
There's a middle-aged gay couple depicted for a good portion of the flick
Yeah.
who are now living in Myers' childhood home.
And Michael Myers says, I just don't want them to do it around my kid. And that's all he says.
And then Lil
I'm
Nas
fine
X
with gay people, just don't do it around my kid.
he eventually breaks in and murks them both in
Yeah.
pretty brutal fashion too. In the end, he lays their bodies next to each other. Well, that's pretty nice.
Oh, so he's just killing people. Does he say any homophobic slurs?
No, he just calls them a pair of
I would like that. But what is it? Friday the 13th, is it? He's just like
Halloween. Halloween
Halloween.
kills.
I like most of the movies just on Reddit.
Oh.
He's just kind of like he's just on Twitter, like tweeting at Lil Nas X.
Isn't that a funny time where we're even like holding people to such a standard
Yeah.
that these Halloween movie serial killers have to be progressive?
I would love them to go the other way.
Yeah,
Just
me
like he
too.
just uses the N-word heaps, like a really awkward amount. And it's like, okay, we get it. He's a racist guy. Does he have to keep saying the N-word? It's like a huge thing. He's just like wearing like a swastika and stuff like that. I would like there to be like a horror villain who does everything wrong. He's just in blackface. This is the blackface killer. He kills gay black men who are trans.
What about Alicia Keys? Is it Alicia Keys or Kelly Rowland?
Kelly Rowland?
She was
Kelly
in,
Rowland.
Yeah, she was in what was it? Freddy versus Jason,
Right.
which we saw recently, and I'm pretty sure she calls him a homophobic slur,
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
which was
Right.
interesting because it was like, I guess when that came out like 20 years ago or something,
Yeah.
people were just cool with that. Like if there was someone trying to run at you and murder you, that's just what you'd call them. But that's not cool now. Like
Yeah,
Kelly
you're right,
Rowlands would say that. Is it Roland or Roland?
What about Kelly Rowlands?
And it's a piano.
I was actually gonna do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but it's Henry Rollins, and she's just kind of like screaming at the guy, and he's like a little bit autistic. And
Yeah, I remember this this lady came into work
yeah,
with like Black Flag stuff on.
and she had the L crossed out of the flag. She like whited it out, and she was
She
That's good. That's good.
I guess she noticed, she kind of saw me looking at it,
All right. Yeah.
and I was kind of like, because she looked like just an old punk lady,
Okay.
but
And she said, "Take a picture. It'll last longer." And you're like, "Lady, we're not in the '80s anymore. This isn't the '80s TV show. We don't talk like that."
it's just funny, like how much I don't like that kind. I don't know.
You
I
don't like old punks.
Yeah, I don't like Black Flag where they're like straight edge, and just like you're wasting your life drinking.
I like that. I'm straight edge. I'm a black flag. Oh, hey! Hey-o! Hey-o!
We just got the episode title.
Folks, that is going to be the new Sausage Boys merch. The black flag, but without the L.
And like a little asterisk there. What's their logo?
We're literally going to do that.
What is
Literally.
it? What's
Just
their
like,
logo? Yeah, it's these 4 lines.
yeah, we just have
But
2
how
things
can we-
crossed out.
How can we change those?
What could you do? You literally just have it exactly the same, but you just have an asterisk instead of the L and the A. And be like, well, no, it's when they got censored. Imagine there's
The
a guy
L
that just
and
has
the
like
A?
a black flag shirt.
Why?
It's like,
Where A?
just to make it more inconspicuous. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, you just have one.
Yeah,
one
you just
letter.
have
That's
L.
probably better, actually.
You
Yeah,
just
that's
have
true.
L. Yeah.
That's true.
We
We like that. That's all right. I'd be like, no. What about a guy just wearing that? Being like, no. It's when they got cancelled. Like they kind of were banned from performing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that represents. The asterisk, they couldn't even say their name. Because and everyone's like, I don't think this ever happened. I know you're a fan, but this never happened. Like, I've talked to Henry Rollins. He does interviews everywhere. He's never talked about them being cancelled like that in the 90s where they weren't even allowed to say their name or have it printed on shirts. It's
That's so funny.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but what else is going on in the news?
Oh, I had something I wanted to eat with. You know, Chillin' It, the rapper.
Yes.
Have you been seeing his posts recently?
No.
All right, so
Is he wearing a Black Flags t-shirt but without the L?
I guess it's hard to tell because he's wearing like puffy clothes and whatever, but like average type body. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because Jackson's looking at his body because he finds him attractive. And he's in a
that-
photo with YG right
Is that
now.
YG?
And he's got a shirt that says Black Flag, but it's just an asterisk, and it's got an arrow pointing to YG.
So if we like look at him now,
Okay, let's see him. Whoa!
is this boy on roids? Is this boy on roids? Is
This
what I
boy's
want-
on the juicy fruits.
He's-
he's gotten
he's really-
swole.
Nah, he's claiming that he's not. He keeps posting and saying it's all just.
Whoa! That's quick.
He's really saying that it's just working out and a good diet.
Good on him. Wow, he's got swizzle.
Do you think? I just can't believe it.
gracious.
Like, I've never
Oh
seen...
no, there's no way on earth. Not even a question. Not even one question.
So do you think he's joking when he's saying he's not actually on roids?
Of course. God, he's looking good. When did that happen? Didn't he have a music video that came out like a week ago? He didn't look anything like that.
No, he's looking like that. I feel like he might have even deleted the comments that have asked if he's juicing.
Goodness gracious. He looks like a what's it? Like a WWE star. Looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, he's really looking like a big boy. I just can't...
How did that happen so quickly? Again, I don't even really follow him. Goodness gracious.
If you take roids and you just work out, are you just going to get ripped?
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
Yeah. You're just going to get swizzle. Like it's... I think I even saw... I keep on getting these... what is it? It's almost like TikTok's taken over YouTube now. I'm only getting these 7-second YouTube
Shorts,
videos.
yeah.
It's getting quite annoying. Like, I
Really?
miss seeing 20-minute YouTube videos and stuff
I
like that.
don't mind it. Hey.
I like wasting my life, and it's kind of forcing me to get off the app. Because I
Right.
don't really enjoy... Because I'm on my computer. I don't really want to watch a 7-second video.
Yeah.
But one of them was... like just the difference between a dude that's been training 8 years and a dude that's been training 8 months. And you just see the dude that's been training 8 months and with gear. And you just see the dude who's been training 8 months with gear is way bigger than the guy that's been training 8 years naturally. And it's basically like a pretty good representation for what performance enhancing drugs do.
So it's just saying that you can do better than... Is that what you mean? You could
Yes.
Yeah.
You can basically get 8 years worth of progress in 8 months. After a year of training, you could potentially, if your diet's right, the training's there, you can get 10 years worth of results. If you're on a good gear that works for you, you've got a pretty solid stack.
I just can't... Yeah, I really think, because check this out on IG.
Let's see, chilling.
You can't even... There's no section to click at comments.
Oh, okay. So he's gone rid of all his... I don't know why he just doesn't come out with it and be like, yeah, no, I'm juicing. I'm not chilling it anymore. I'm not chilling at all.
I don't understand. Like, anytime I was looking at this is what... Even the captions, he's changed it to album 3 incoming. Which...
And he keeps on doing the needle emoji, which is interesting.
What's the
Don't
needle?
really know what
emoji?
that's about. Don't really know what that's about.
Does it actually shrink your...
And he's got the needle emoji and he's got the shh face.
Does it shrink?
What?
Does roids actually make you shrink?
No, it only makes your testicles shrink.
Why is that, I wonder? Gorillas have little testes, don't
Do
they?
they? They're pretty swole dudes.
Yeah.
Pretty swole boys. I think it's what is it? It's something it takes something from the testicles and kind of spreads it. Or,
Probably honor.
yeah. That's
takes
right.
your
when
honor
you start to
away.
lie a lot, you notice your testicles start to shrink. And that's why Jackson has a very, very small scrotum whenever he says he's straight. So right now it's almost like you can't even see anything.
Yeah, Pinocchio's nutsack.
And these, what is it, Geppetto's like, no, I just have to see if he's been lying. I have to see if he's been lying, that's all. But that would be a really, in all honesty, for everyone that's kind of this whole in the fake natty world, bodybuilding world, if people actually want to go out and say they're getting swole naturally, and they have these results that have never been heard of. Because again, in all honesty, if a person...
That's ridiculous, right?
achieved that, yeah, it'll be scientists all around him. It'd be like, oh, wow, well, this has never happened before.
But even like the veins and everything like that.
You don't even have to look twice. You can tell. But I feel Chillin should just show a photo of his sack. Sacked up. That would be, and he'd be like, hey, does this look natural to you?
Yeah.
And it's just like obviously really small. Like, yeah, it does look pretty small. It's
Yeah, we got to find a before and after photo, I think.
that would be a good one to just, if you're gonna start juicing, you take a whole bunch of photos of your genitalia
Yes.
beforehand.
If you do a before
And
and after
you-
photo.
yeah.
If you're doing a before and after photo for IG, you have to be completely nude for both of them.
Holding today's newspaper. What if you just had your genitalia on
Yeah.
the newspaper?
Yeah.
And you kind of butchered the date for 2 years later, and then you get on juice for 2 years, and then you're like, no, this natural look. and then you
Yes.
show everyone a photo of your penis and balls, and the balls are a solid size.
I don't know. It can't. It's.
If
you're-
he was natural, he would have a photo of his testicles.
So you're 100% saying this guy's not.
Without, you don't even.
Then why would he be saying no? Is fake natty a big world?
Fake natty's a strange world.
Is it?
It's a strange world. But again, I think the biggest thing with it is not his testicles.
Yes.
With the fake natty world, usually it's out of fear of losing sponsors, fear of people losing respect for you. Like I think I was talking to you, either you or my brother, and I was just like, oh yeah, you know The Rock is a natural, right?
Oh, you're getting me mixed up with your brother?
Hey,
Aw.
hey.
I'm actually getting you mixed up with my auntie.
Okay.
She's, Gay.
And my brother's really into looking at photos of chilling its genitalia, and anyway, that fell apart.
Sorry, you were saying?
What was I saying?
You were saying how I remind you of your brother. Yeah.
Because you both do some sort of blackface, even though he's a person of color. Jackson apparently becomes a person of color on Halloween.
Good bit. Good bit.
Here we go. That's what I was looking for initially, and I wanted to take a more creative route, but it didn't really.
You were talking about juicing.
Oh yeah, when I think it was either you or my brother, and I was like, hey, you know The Rock is a natural, right?
Isn't.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think it was my brother, and he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, of course, he's not natural. He's like, really? He's like, what? I had so much respect for him. Are you kidding me? Like, I can't believe he's not natural.
I don't not have respect for someone for taking...
Oh,
If someone took steroids, I wouldn't really care.
I wouldn't care at all.
It's like using auto-tune.
So it would have been...
It's a style.
It would have been my brother then. He
It
basically...
It could have been me.
I think it was... I'm
'Cause
starting to think it was him.
I know that he... it might have been me.
Was
Yeah.
it? But then I was kind of like, oh, yeah, do you know Joe Rogan is a natural? And he's like, what?
Yeah, well, I knew that.
Yeah, then
I know.
was like...
Joe talks about it.
Yeah, Joe talks about it. And I was like, yeah, he even talks about it. And I was like, yeah, John Cena is a natural. And he's like, what?
Right.
Basically, he represents the average person. Like, he's not completely in touch with, like, entertainment and the media and stuff like that.
Mm.
But he represents the average person who was kind of like, dang, I wish I had no idea. That kind of sucks.
Right.
Which is not going to be happening to Chillin' its ball sack by any person, because it's kind of impossible to wrap your lips around it now.
Well, Rogies, does the shame come from being like, oh, this is a bad thing to be using steroids?
Yeah. This guy's promoting his marijuana use, basically in his name, but he's weirdly afraid of using anabolic use.
What is the shame that comes from it?
I can't
Is it
understand.
is it like a gym thing? Like, is that what gym heads would like fight about? Like, you're not natty. Is there a lot of people that are in the closet about being natty?
Oh, there's an entire industry of celebrities who just expose fake natty bodybuilders. Their entire living is exposing fake naturals. Like, it's such a thing because, again, you're a bodybuilder, you take steroids, you're literally like, you can do it at 18.
Maybe there's something about steroids
Yeah.
that just blocks off the part of your brain where like telling the truth is a good idea. Like, you're just not on anything and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm natural. And then you start taking them
Yeah.
and you're just like, no one can know.
It may, because it becomes almost a joke. There are multiple famous and successful bodybuilders who basically to their deathbed will say that they're natural. And every single one of their fans knows they're not. And it's an awkward thing because it's like, yeah, I still respect you. I know you're not natural, but everything else you do is cool apart from the fact you lie about that.
Why do they lie? I don't get it.
I can understand for, let's say you're a young kid, you're 18, get on gear for a year or two, you're 20 years old, baby face, and you're jacked, and you start an Instagram page, and then you get a whole bunch of followers because you look amazing and you're really young, and then you can basically be like, hey, you want to look like me? Buy my program. And then you can basically
They're selling a program.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or take these supplements. Hey, I've got a sponsorship with with like Max's Whey. Or
Which
I've
is
got
just
a.
lying.
You're just straight up lying. You'd be like,
Yeah,
hey,
true.
if you want to look like me, take this, take this, take that, take that, take that.
It's like
And then the
Rogan.
kids all buy it. It's like,
Like-
I'm going to take this protein. I'm going to take this creatine, this,
Yeah.
because I want to look like my idol, this kid.
Yeah, like
Because he's natural. Why would he lie?
yeah, like Joe Rogan with On It. You know that like
Yes.
that's just vitamins and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's saying like, no, I'm taking steroids. But he's like, it's a good idea when you're like a 50-year-old person or
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that. Stay.
Completely.
Would
There's a
you
lot
do
of-
it? Would you do it if you were?
Maybe when I was older. I love if I was literally just on steroids and I'm lying. Yeah, maybe when I'm older, because I'm definitely natural. But yeah, I feel a lot of people are really big on what happens
If you
now.
were funny,
is
you would
if
be
I
on
was
steroids.
if I was funny at all, I would actually be on steroids right now and lying about it. But a lot of people kind of, a good way to come out is not being natural, is saying, hey, it's really healthy to get testosterone replacement therapy. It's very normal. Most people are low in testosterone. I went to a doctor, I got checked, I was low, and now I'm taking testosterone. That's a nice, easy way. I've seen multiple bodybuilders come out. It's basically like being closeted as a fake natty. And nowadays you can come out and be like, hey, I'm actually using this. And you never even really name it. Be like, hey, just check it out. Testosterone replacement therapy may be good for you.
What is testosterone replacement therapy?
It's basically just taking testosterone.
Which are steroids.
Yes, which is
Right.
basically a steroid. It's a performance-enhancing supplement drug,
Dang.
which is it's a whole world.
And does it boost? Does it aid your muscle growth, or it helps you go harder?
It does kind of, it makes you
Heal quicker.
do everything better. It
Right.
basically you can.
It's like the limitless drug.
Yes, what you can do if
If
you
you
started,
had to lie about taking the limitless drug.
it actually helps with your ability to maintain a lie.
Maybe there's only like a finite amount of it in the world, and they're like, God damn, this stuff is so good. I don't want anyone else to know.
It's an interesting one because what happens? You start taking testosterone and you go to the gym and you're like, wow, I'm lifting so much heavier. I'm lifting crazy amounts of weight that I never thought I'd touch.
Yeah.
Because of that, your muscles are freaking out. It's like, whoa, 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 you're lifting like 10 kilos more to your bench. This. The numbers just keep on going up and up. Your recovery is amazing. So you're basically ready the next day to go to the gym and you're feeling good. And then
Yeah.
you're lifting just as heavy the next day. And you're eating good. Everything's just working at its optimum capacity.
Do you have to shoot it up, or could you get like a...
I think most times it is injected. I think usually in the glutes or shoulder. I think. I'm not...
That's crazy.
There's a bunch of other there's stuff I think called SARMs. That's another thing you can take. A lot of people are just on certain performance enhancing drugs, kind of like Trenbuterol, or is it Clenbuterol? Tren and Clen. There's a
Right.
bunch of other things. Some just actually help. If you get really fat, you can take. I'm not an expert with this. Either Clen or Tren, and it helps just kind of retain muscle. So you can technically just take that, never touch testosterone. And there's so many ways around it where I think people can kind of be like, no, I'm natural. I don't take any steroids, but I do TRT. And I think in their head, they're like, I'm completely natural, but I take testosterone.
Do you think... So you look at that, could he be like taking testosterone?
I think he's on a nice little stack just by looking at him.
I just don't get the lying about it.
I don't get the lying about it, especially someone like him.
Maybe it's like having someone else write your song, and you're like, no, I'm a songwriter.
I don't, because it's anyone who's in the bodybuilding world can see it straight away. That's what I don't understand. And it's like, yeah, no, you're on gear. Maybe he's doing it as a joke. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It could be.
And it's kind of like a whole
But
like
he's
a trolling
lying.
thing. But is he actually saying things like, hey, I'm not on anything right now? I'm going to look up his page a little bit more.
It is confusing. It is confusing because like seeing that and I'm just like, no, there's no way that that's real.
Yes.
And I have no idea about that world. You know what I mean?
No, you can usually tell. Most of the time, if it looks too good to be true, it is.
The comments that I was seeing was like massive, just like massive man. Are you on the gear?
Yeah.
And he'd reply and be like, nah, all natural, brother.
Yeah, it's probably not that serious. He's just joking. That's probably fine.
Yeah.
I don't think he's hiding it too much.
Well, it's fine either way. I'm just confused by it.
What else is he? Is that Krillin? Well, looking at this egg. Trend gains, Stoner gains. You look like a searched out. Huge. Okay, I think he's just having a bit of fun with it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants to let people know. It's just kind of like a personal thing, I guess.
But he's posting pictures of him with his shirt on.
I know, which
being
is...
like, yo, I'm so ripped now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
It's so funny. So funny he just kind of is basically changed what he is. He's gone from this stoner guy to this kind of bodybuilder. But anyway. Trick-or-treating.
Did you hear Mike Myers is homophobic?
What happened? Oh, yeah, trick-or-treating. So I was out driving in my suburb. And the kids are wearing booty shorts now.
What about trick-or-treating and you just like turning tricks like a prostitute?
That's good.
From like a Dave Chappelle bit from the 90s.
What about trick-or-keating?
You're Michael Keating.
It's like a trick and yeah. Is it Ronan Keating? Michael Keating?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's like trick or... Is it Ronan Keating?
Yeah, it's a singer, yeah.
Yeah, Ronan Keating comes out and sings. It's like trick. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like, no, you do want Ronan Keating. Ronan, come out. Let's go.
Trick or Keating.
Trick or Keating. Trick or...
Anyway, booty shorts.
Yes. So I'm seeing all these kids, they're out.
Wearing booty shorts.
And then I see this group of kids, and I think two of the girls had on booty shorts.
Right.
They would have been probably just not far under the age of 12 or 11.
You can't send your kids out like that.
I don't know what's going on. It's crazy.
Is that feminism?
Is that feminism? Can children
just
dress
being like, no,
that?
you know what? It's men's problem. They shouldn't be sexualizing women.
I know, they shouldn't be. And
so you know what? My daughter should get to go out wearing this because men shouldn't be doing that.
I had one look and I was like, I know that wasn't what I thought it was. And I'm at the traffic light. Maybe I'm praying that they take a little bit longer so they walk up and I can have a proper look.
Maybe you were, preying on them. I don't know.
The traffic light went. However, I couldn't get a second look.
Were you like...
And I was saying maybe...
Like, what the hell?
Yes.
You were like,
I was like, what is going on here? Because there is this natural instinct...
Yeah, well, you're like,
man,
wait a minute.
To be like, oh, okay, what's going on there?
I don't have that.
Whoa, okay.
I don't have that at all.
You don't look at
No,
women.
I just respect women.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have that.
You don't have that at all, yeah. Jackson's...
Why would I?
Yeah, that's true. You've got a girlfriend. You're in a good relationship.
Even before that, man. Even if I'm single, I'm just not doing that.
That's just not you.
No.
I was thinking that. I saw a girl
I
completely...
went to a strip club. I looked him in the eyes the whole time. And I gave them all my money because I said, you're working hard and I have a job, so it's my duty to kind of support the women in our society.
Yeah, I've been reaping the benefits of this patriarchy for long enough.
No, you've been not reaping, but a word that sounds like that. the benefits of the patriarchy.
But yeah, is it bad to look at a woman? I saw, even just driving here, there was like a
12-year-old woman.
Is it wrong to look at 12-year-olds?
Is that what makes someone a woman if they're wearing booty shorts?
And what was she wearing? If something happened,
Could you say?
Could the police say? Could I go there and be like, what was she wearing?
Yeah, you show. This is the last picture we have of her.
Your Honor, how did you get that? No.
This is the last picture we have of her, and the cops are just like. They're
like
like,
us,
wait, where was she?
Why is your your penis out in that photo? And why is this on a Reddit page saying JOI? I mean, jerk off tribute. But yes.
So what did you literally think when you saw that? Were you?
I was kind of like, okay, what? And I was kind of shocked. I was basically taken aback.
Were you aroused? In all honesty.
In all honesty, I don't know what would have happened had that light not changed. Had they walked back up again, what would have I looked again?
Dang, this is probably it's good that you can even say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it does.
'Cause it
I
means
think
you're confident in your sexuality.
Yeah, and of course.
And what you're
yes.
attracted to.
I've realized it's the little things that make you realize you're not a pedophile. And
I
like
guess
going
my
back to
penis must make me realize I'm not a pedophile.
What is it? John Mayer? He's penis a white supremacist. My penis is a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile. My penis is.
That's a great bit.
We have a misunderstanding going on.
That's a seriously great
That
bit.
actually is a pretty. I might even do that one later in the week. But yeah, you do get to this point where it's like the little things.
Yeah.
On dating apps, I would never go under probably the age of 24. I've noticed that. I find it uncomfortable.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would never date anyone under the age of 24. I'm 26 right now. 24 is my limit. Anything underneath 23 maybe if it's amazing, but I've just noticed there's just the little things like that.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to Pinot, I never really am into the teen stuff.
What's Pinot?
Porno.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you never really go into the teen categories or anything like that.
Right.
But,
You go into the 24 to 26 year old category,
yes.
sometimes 23 if they've got it going on.
Yeah, that's all I do.
That's what you type
That's
in.
all. That's all.
You
I want to
watch
say
Missionary.
loving couple 24 to 26 having sex.
Meanwhile, in real life, you're in a
Child
traffic
Halloween.
light.
That's on my non-incognito mode. In incognito mode, I'm typing in child, Halloween, booty shorts.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't send your kid out like that.
You can't. And again, I saw it. I was like, "What's going on here? Are these? Oh, the kids must be going out to a party." And I was like, "No, they're not. These are children trick or treating." And 2 of them are in booty shorts. And I was thinking, this is kind of uncomfortable. This is really awkward.
What I want to know is, like, would that girl or her brother get more lollies?
Yes.
Because my money's on one of them.
I like the idea that we change the whole idea of Halloween. Children have to dress provocatively to get more candy. Boys have to have kind of like the V showing, like that, the penis lines showing.
Just a gimp suit.
Shirts off, hopefully. But I wish that could change. That's just how it is. Be like, yeah, the more provocative you dress, the more candy. It's a little bit of a tester or a sample of how life is.
Did they have parents with them?
No. These girls could have potentially been the ones looking, they couldn't have been over 12. But again, I don't know. Everyone looks young to me nowadays. They couldn't have been over 12.
They're actually just like 22.
And I'm like, ooh, sorry, there's a child in front of
just
me.
under the cutoff.
They're like literally Olivia Rodrigo's age.
Yeah, that's... I mean, how could you send your kids out like that?
Maybe you don't know. Maybe you literally have parents that work late. And then the girl's like, hey, I'll wear this. This is what Meg Thee Stallion wears. This is what Doja Cat wears on stage. I'm just going to dress like my heroes.
Maybe that's the dangerous thing about, like, empowerment,
Yeah.
but without this is actually what's going on. You have to understand this.
Yes.
This is the way it should be. This is the way it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Completely. Because
I don't know,
I'm all for like the empowerment of women dressing how they want, but it does become awkward when it's like a cutie scenario going on. And you do have like these 11-year-olds dressing like strippers. It becomes a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Because I think there's something natural. I think a lot of young women want to dress like that.
Yeah, because I guess you like, that's how I get attention or whatever. When was...
I wanted to be buff and walk around shirtless like The Rock or chill in it.
As a kid?
Yeah, as a kid. I was like, I
Really?
want to look like this guy who's definitely natural.
I wanted to be like Zac Efron in High School Musical, just a twink. I just wanted to be a handsome twink.
Was he? I don't know if he was that twinkie.
No, he wasn't.
He was a twinkie boy.
That boy's ripped too.
That boy's real ripped. He got on
Juice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the OJ.
he got on the gear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
The boy Zachy.
If you saw some kids walking around like that,
How long can you last? That's the real question.
doctors hate him.
Doctors hate this guy because he. Anyway, what else? What else we have to talk about here? What was it? Did we talk about it? Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian. That
What
a
was the go with that?
fun little thing. I thought that was something I missed from years ago. Apparently, they're dating,
No, surely they're not
Yeah.
dating.
which is
I don't believe.
I
that they're
like
dating.
that relationship.
I just don't believe it.
Have you seen the photo?
No,
Oh, they're on a roller coaster together.
show us,
Yeah,
prove it. Maybe that's
All
just what
over.
they do for SNL. They go out with the cast and
maybe.
go on a roller coaster.
Maybe, or Pete Davidson took out his genitalia and said, "Hey, I'm not on steroids. Look at this."
I want to get back into this other conversation. Or do you think we've kind of been over it before? I think it's
Oh.
very interesting, like the...
I'm just getting a little bit too aroused. I have to do. We can look at this quickly, but we'll go straight back to the convo. Yeah, so they're on a
Yeah.
roller coaster together, holding hands. Yeah, so it's happening. They're dating anyway.
So Kim's hanging out with Pete Davidson and Kanye's hanging out with Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, both kind of like these undead-looking vampire-ish
Drug addicts.
Yes.
They're like, all right, fine, you're divorcing me. I'm going to hang out with a drug addict. And it's like, well, fine, I am too.
Two. Yeah. Who's the more zombie-ish looking character I can find?
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
What actually does it do with that?
Maybe they were having threesome with like actual
that's
like
true.
zombies and
Actual
whatever. And
zombies.
that's kind of what broke the relationship up. Now they got to go look for their own.
They were just got into zombie play, which is.
Well, it is Halloween too.
Oh, that's true. It could be. Halloween's coming up. You try to do something spooky.
Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian. It's so weird.
Yeah, that boy's got it going on. Petey boy.
Petey boy's got it
Pedophile.
going on.
Pedophile.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, so
But back to this child.
your
talk.
little girl daughter.
Your little girl daughter is going out in booty shorts. What do you do?
Well,
She's
he's
like
just
11 years old.
Well, she's just showing you like pictures of like.
The DMs she gets from guys. It's huge penises.
It's
She's
like
why-
Kareem. Who's that guy?
She's like, Dad, why doesn't yours look like this? Why does yours look like chillinets? That's the real question. You're not even anyway. You're not even slightly ripped. You're not. How come your penis looks like chillinets?
The
You
dad-
don't go to the gym ever.
The
You've never
dad
been to
didn't
the
even
gym.
see your name or anything, just a picture of your hog. It was like grim. Yeah, it's tricky. Like, imagine just being a father and then your daughter's coming up with like pictures of those.
What would you
And
hate
then your
more?
wife is like, I think that's fine. And then it's like,
Then your
I
dad
think,
just
you
get-
should shut the hell up.
I'm gonna get on steroids.
I think you should shut the hell up.
What if the
before
dad
I-
just became a
before
fake
I,
natty?
Before I do your makeup for you.
What if that happened? Yeah, the mother said it's fine, She goes out on Halloween like that.
I guess you're going as a. I guess you're going as a dumb bee with a black eye for Halloween.
Yeah, what happens? Your
Yeah.
father, your daughter goes out like that for Halloween. You're not happy, so you get
Yeah.
on steroids. And you don't tell. You keep on lying to your family.
Yes.
You just like, Dad, are you on steroids?
And
No.
it's a cycle. Like you neglect your daughter
Yeah.
more,
Yes.
and then
You're spending more time at
she
the
gets more provocative,
gym. Yeah.
and then you get more addicted to steroids
And lying.
and lying about it. Yeah.
Lying.
Someone's like, "Wow, your daughter is wearing something." You're like, "No, she's not." It's like. And you're kind of like, they're kind of like, "Wow, you look really ripped," and you're like, "No, I don't.
I'm natural.
I'm natural, and my daughter is a good girl."
My daughter would never dress like that. That's the only thing.
They show a picture of like a girl wearing like an outfit without the head in it,
Yeah.
and he's like, "My daughter would never dress like that," and then uncrops it, and it's a picture of his daughter. That's not.
That's not her.
That's not my
That's
daughter.
actually not her. And it's just him shooting up, injecting steroids. That's not me either. Yeah, so your daughter...
It's like I like Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki
Yes.
Minaj, Doja Cat, and you're.
And it's like, what's in common with all these three?
This is why
You're
the-
dressing like an...
This is why the pendulum has to swing back in the opposite direction. Maybe it's just like the circles that we hang out with. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
It's just like,
Oh, it's a bit bigger than that, because I guess you've just got pop culture as a whole.
yeah, but we've had like Britney Spears.
She had girls dressing a certain way, but she wasn't that provocative. She never had like kind of the booty shorts, G-strings. These girls are literally dressing like Wild and Out cast members.
What, in big coloured hoodies?
That's a good one, actually. Yeah.
Is
Why
that
do they
Wild
keep-
and Out?
Why do they keep on roasting Nick Cannon? Dad, Mariah left him. We're like, okay. She doesn't even really know how to roast properly, but she knows that's like a go-to.
But she knows how to rhyme.
Yeah, you've got literally these young girls that are mimicking just the latest pop star. Meg Thee Stallion's the new Britney Spears. Britney Spears she was seen as kind of provocative, but looking back on it, it wasn't that provocative.
Who have we got? Like Ariana Grande is pretty sexual.
Is she?
Sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the film clips and whatever it is.
But Lil Nas X. I honestly feel people are becoming gay. I feel he's making me gay.
Really?
I feel he actually is. He's probably going to have an influence.
That's probably a good thing, right?
Probably is. It's an interesting thing, maybe more. It probably kind of shows that the media and kind of marketing and all this stuff has more power than we know. Like, if we're told something's okay, good, this is how things should be, you're going to kind of leave the house with that in mind. And if you're seeing just guys having sex with each other in the showers and talking about being gay...
And you're like, damn, I want to jump on FaceTime in the shower.
Yes, with my friend right now for our podcast, because that's like a funny, normal thing to do. But it is.
Yeah.
This is kind of what's normal. And again, if you see Meg Thee Stallion, all these people dressed in booty shorts as a young girl, like I'm an old man and I'm kind of influenced by this. Imagine how a young, susceptible kind of child would be.
You can still decipher it because you've got like Future, who's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, maybe something to do with it is like honesty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so here's a bit of a stretch. So I heard
We're not talking about chilling its balls. It's that's a stretch, which is in itself, which is interesting.
So like in Russia, I know the people are like really honest because they're
always in a hurry. They don't have time to lie.
They
There we
don't
go.
have time to-
I'm sneaking things out of this one. I'm sneaking little jokes from someone.
So I didn't even.
There we go. That's
I
how that's
just
called
thought
joke.
it-
That's called stealing material.
I thought it was
with
just
that.
funny, like Like you don't have enough time to lie. That's just a funny thing. Like I'm in a hurry. You look bad. I'm just gonna tell you
That's
now.
probably why they're so blunt.
Do you like my haircut?
No.
No, I don't. Sorry, I have to. Yeah, my cab's
somewhere.
actually leaving. My cab's actually leaving. I
would love to go to Russia, and that's actually how
I
it
was
is.
the one that masturbated in your bed.
And yes, I did wait.
Running late for work.
Even though that light was green, I still waited for the children to pass so I could get a second look.
Yeah. In Russia, they will tell. They're going to be like extremely honest
Yeah.
because of like there's like a social need for people to be honest
Oh,
when it
really?
comes to like communism or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It's like a theory that was in what's that book, the orange one, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Yeah, they were saying like he had like a Russian translator that it was teaching him Russia while he was there.
Yeah.
And he said that he would go like on a date with a woman and she'd just be like, I don't like you. I think
I'm
you're
trans. Later.
dumb."
Hey yo,
Hey.
folks. That's how many points? 50 points for that Russian translator joke. I'm translator. Russian translator. Everyone. Yeah. No. Anyway.
So it's like yeah, I think.
I was thinking about that joke. What's a Russian translator that would do what?
Oh yeah, so the translator said that their theory. So the dude was on a date. The chick was just like, "Oh yeah, I think you're dumb and bad."
Oh,
Goodbye."
wow.
And then the
What is she? My wife?
and
Because my wife must be Russian.
the daughter said, I don't even know.
I don't respect you.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
the
go
translator
dress
was like,
however I
yeah, my
want."
theory is because everyone had to be honest because of communism.
Yeah.
It was like a shared social thing. Anyway, all this is to say that maybe when it comes to like hip hop music and whatever in the States,
Yeah.
it's like you have a band like rock music
Yeah.
that play like just a white rock band, like
Yeah.
the Foo Fighters. They're not talking about anything, really. You listen to the Chili Peppers, they're not really talking about anything.
That's true. They're not.
But then when you go to hip hop music,
Talking about heroin a little bit.
this is why you can't cover like rap songs. Because it's like, I did this and I did that.
True.
Like, this is about, I'm talking to you from whose perspective? Lil Nas X, you couldn't even cover Industry Baby. Someone can't pick up the guitar and play Industry Baby.
That's true.
Maybe you could actually. That's a little bit more pop. You couldn't do you couldn't do What's Poppin'.
What's poppin'? I ain't lost since I've been gay, yeah.
But-
I was listening to Matt and Shane.
Yeah.
throw that in. I thought that exact same thing.
I thought that
line
too.
was- yeah, you thought that too.
Yeah.
I ain't lost since I've been gay, yeah.
That's what it says.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nas must know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He must know. You don't have a line like that without understanding that people are going to interpret it as
Yeah.
like a double entendre.
Yeah, 100%.
Since I've been gay, I've been so successful.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I mean, it works because it's like an empowering thing to say.
Yeah.
Even, you know?
Jackson can probably do an acoustic cover of that. I couldn't because it wouldn't really translate into my actual life.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah.
you can see how it doesn't work for hip hop.
I haven't lost since I was sexually attracted to a 12-year-old girl. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's something about like music, like hip hop music and whatever, like Nicki Minaj and like Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, where it's like really exposing their body and stuff in a way because it's honest.
Yeah.
It's not like trying to not be use every, I don't know. Because what I was going to say was you've got Future and it's like very easy to decipher that this person is misogynistic.
Yes.
It's
Of
not difficult
course.
to do that. You don't listen to a Foo Fighters song and think that's misogynistic. Because they're
That's
not
true.
saying
That's true.
something. They're not really saying anything.
Yeah, Future's kind of overtly and
Saying-
very
yeah.
confrontationally just,
You shouldn't trust women.
yeah. And he's smashing these H words and
Yeah.
smashing them and breaking them.
But do people recognize it like that? You know what I mean?
What for hip hop? Are people recognizing
Yeah.
how?
I don't know. But is that the thing? Hip hop is so popular, and I'm not sure if it's like a chicken or egg thing, but like I wonder what the correlation between that and society becoming Maybe it's like more individualistic or something like that.
Mm.
Where's it come from? You know
When
what I
is
mean?
that? I think it comes from. Again, it could probably even be a just a black African American thing, where you've got kind of again. They've navigated through different genres of music, but then they've got this one that basically is an avenue to be like, look how great I am. Look how great I am. Let me keep it real. I don't.
And but that's what I was gonna say about like the Russian thing. Like in their instance, they had to be really honest for some reason.
Yeah.
I forgot to like really link it back to that. But then maybe it's hard to say. But like the people that are actually from the hood,
Yes.
you know what I mean, and they don't have anything to really hide, or
Yeah, they've probably got
they're
more
not like
to.
Catholic.
Yeah, they've got more to prove in a way, and they've kind of come from nothing. And then when you start kind of getting money.
I'm not gonna pretend I'm like this. I don't have like.
I'm not going to dress like Mark Zuckerberg. I'm going to dress with an obnoxiously large chain or amounts of chains and jewelry and all
like-
this sort of stuff.
I feel like you probably have to be more honest when you are like in a lower kind of like you have less money.
Yeah, and again, you probably see the difference between like even like white trash in America in particular. You'd see that the hillbillies, the girls are kind of wearing tiny,
Yes.
like the jean G-strings, jean short G-strings.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And they've got kind of like the midriff, tiny little bandana top on.
Versus
They're
high,
wearing
like
less.
if you picture like a high class like white couple,
Yes.
who are like very like go to church and everything like that,
Yeah.
and it's just like very conservative.
Long
but
dress
we're also
on,
gonna
well
ignore
covered.
everything,
Yeah.
and doing
that's
this is the
true.
devil, and doing that is the devil.
Yes. But I guess you've got the lower classes kind of like dress however you want. And I guess you've even got.
It's a lot more about honesty and like a lack of like subtlety or something like that.
Yeah.
Like even if you listen to Dave Chappelle do stand up versus like a Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill Burr is so rigid compared to like a Dave Chappelle who is just
He just says it.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
wild.
He just really just says it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really dance around it. Doesn't really have kind of a lot built behind it. He's just like, hey, how about this?
Yeah.
It's an interesting. Yeah, it does come. And I guess when it comes to dressing provocatively, I guess it gets you more attention. And I feel it's very similar to someone who's wearing a big chain.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're going to kind of get more attention. You're going to get noticed if you do this. And I feel there's like there's an element of being shameless. Where it's like you're not really secure in other areas, so therefore you...
Stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not secure in yourself. Like... I'm really just like spitballing here and playing these ideas through, but I guess if you've got a really good body, do you flaunt it, or do you kind of like cover up and be like, yeah, I don't really need to. I already know it's good. I don't need like the affirmation or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and you do see kind of just like you're in this world now where everything's so focused on how you look.
With
There's been
social media and that. Yeah.
Even like the craziest thing, it's so stereotypical, but just like Adele looks like Khloe Kardashian.
Adele.
Yeah. She's just completely changed her face.
Oh, she's like very thin and...
Yeah, and she's just fallen in the media. Like she's a victim of the times. This is how everyone's just going to look, how everyone's going to kind of dress. It's just a little bit more ratchet, for lack of a better word.
And then the overwhelming thing is that fine? Do you want your daughter dressing like that? Or being like, no, you can do that. Or even, but that's where like elitism comes in. It's like, you can do that, but that's ratchet. And that's for the lower classes and whatever. Oh yeah, but she's really dolled up there.
Yeah, still, like it's fascinating that she just looks like a Kardashian. I just find it kind of awkward.
Right.
It's a little bit too on the nose. It's like, oh, do you really have to? I know exactly what you're going for there.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah. Do you have an issue with your daughter dressing like that is it's seen as... I think the big thing is, especially with women, and even the same with men, you can be like, hey, if you're going to wear all that jewelry, be prepared of what's going to happen. How
Yeah,
is
but
this
that's
guy
a
dressed?
problem.
And you're literally going to potentially be robbed.
That's a problem.
If you're a guy going out completely iced out, you're potentially going to get robbed. And with women, if you're going out claddily dressed, you're most likely going to be sexually assaulted.
Yeah, but you can't admit that.
And I guess even with both ways, if best case scenario, you're going to be the guy with the huge chain on, you're going to have people looking at you, being like, oh, wow. If you're a girl that literally has a huge, like, basically your entire butt cheeks out, you're going to have people like, whoa.
And is there a level of...
Or even cleavage out.
Does respect come with that? Or desire? I want that?
Yeah, it's lusting. It's lusting after it. It's very different between seeing a very attractive person in the streets versus someone who's got an obnoxious amount of jewelry on. If you right now had like a Cuban link chain and we went out to Newtown, you're going to get looks. If I got fake breasts and we go out to Newtown, I'm going to get looks.
Yeah.
It's just because of... It's like an opposite sex sort of thing. Kind of both way. Oh, maybe the jewelry's a little bit both. Like, guys are going to look at it and... Oh, but no. Women are probably more inclined to look at it. Because it's a sign of success, status, A girl, it's exposing her body. Men are most likely going to look at it. Because it's a sign of, hey, I can reproduce.
Yeah.
Look, this person's basically saying, reproduce with me. The guy with the chain is basically saying, hey, look, reproduce with me. I can provide you security. Look, I have security. This is what this means. I have money. You are going to be safe to have a child with me. The girl is like, okay, look, this is something you want to procreate with. Look how possible I can bear a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's just human nature. And I think not looking and not doing these things is going against your humanity. And even going to that whole idea, like, is it wrong to look at women who are kind of exposing themselves? Or is it just a natural thing?
But is it... I know, but then the difference is there's such social pressure to not be sexist. Which, you shouldn't be sexist.
Yes.
But the definition of being that is like, oh no, it's just empowering. But where does that power come from? Making these people want you or something.
Because I feel that's kind of where it's like I feel empowered. Because I guess as a woman, you know how men would feel about this. If I'm wearing a huge chain, I'm like, I know how women are going to feel like this. They're going to think I'm a baller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm wearing a huge chain, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm about to head out. I'm like, I'm feeling like the man right now. This is empowering. Women are going to think I'm rich.
Right.
Same with if I was a girl and I'm going to have my cleavage out. Men are going to want to procreate with me. Men are going to think I'm attractive. And that makes me feel good.
There's an interesting thing. Like,
I feel attractive.
Maybe about like women or like father figures being somewhat fun. Do you know what I mean? For little girls, and then for mothers, for boys, is like do everything for me almost.
Yes.
It's like satisfy my plethora of needs, which is like hungry and whatever. But then as you become an adult, like sexual is one of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you can...
That's true. So they're so closely linked.
Maybe there's something to do with that.
And I guess that's why you have these cultures of like Greek culture in particular, kind of these more like European cultures where the mothers do everything. The woman's job is to do everything, and then the men kind of have these expectations on women where it's like, hey, if I'm going to be in a relationship, you better cook, you better clean, you better do this, and better do everything for me. Because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
And I guess in the female's perspective, you've got the girl wanting a guy who's going to kind of give them constant affirmation, constantly say that they're beautiful, kind of constantly big them up and say, you're the best ever, you're my everything, da-da-da-da-da. They need that constant affirmation from their husband because that's what they got from their father.
Right, yeah. There's a tricky thing where it's like in a relationship, for instance, being like, no, I should, and it wouldn't happen both ways.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, oh, no, you shouldn't wear your chain out or something.
Mm.
Because it's like something to do with respect, maybe. You want...
That's true, yeah. If you're out with a girl and you're going to wear your chain out, it's like, who are you wearing the chain for? Who's that chain for? Who are you trying to impress? You've already got me.
I guess it's for everyone to just be like... And I feel like there's like perks for your partner as well. Because it's like people see you and they're like, oh, this is the baller. Like, we're going to give him
that's true.
this table at like a bar or restaurant or whatever. Or pay you extra close attention because they're like, this person's got money that they can spend on me.
That's true.
But then you have women dressing provocatively. It's almost like both.
Oh, I guess you're going to have you've got the awkward idea where it's like the waiter's going to spend more time and be better and nicer to you because he wants to spend more time and please this attractive woman.
Yeah.
With the tiniest percentage that he can kind of get attention from her or something like that. Not even really thinking, I'm going to steal this guy's girl. More like, oh, wow, she's so beautiful. Look at her. Look at her. Look at that.
Yeah. Damn, that's a deep hole. A deep rabbit hole.
It's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
I never even really thought of it that much. Where we should start saying to men, how were you dressed when they were mugged? Guys in suits who get robbed on the streets, it should be asked, hey, how was he dressed? Was he wearing a good suit?
Yeah.
Did he have like a Rolex on? Did he have his hair kind of slicked back? They're basically the same thing.
Do you think it would make a difference?
Yeah, if a guy's dressed like a bum, I don't think he's going to get any negative attention. He's going to get the opposite of attention.
Yeah, he looks like the
guy who's going to be doing the robbing. It's the idea of like when they say for tourists, if they go into South America, they say just dress poor. Don't wear anything nice.
Both the people that are like that come from both the people that are involved in the negative side of both those things, if you wear a chain or you dress provocatively, are men.
Yeah.
They're both...
Yeah, you've actually got a point. Yeah, they're both men.
They're the attackers.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I want that chain. I also want that woman.
Dang. I guess you've got the idea of gawking, though. You could have kind of like the women kind of staring at the guy longingly. Or going out to be like, oh, hey, how you going? Oh, that's a nice car. Or even the Ferraris. Oh, that's a nice car. Oh.
Yeah, but it's different. It's not predatory.
It's predatory. Because I know what she's after. She's a gold digger. She's after what... I know. And
yeah, but what are you after? There's an exchange.
That's true.
Which is attention from this attractive woman.
Yes.
It just shifts the power.
Yeah. To
you. The only difference between you and that rapist is you're wearing a gold chain.
Yeah, so basically, people who wear gold chains most likely are safe. So don't really have any issues when you're around them.
No, obviously. It depends.
And let's just say we're both not wearing gold chains right now.
It depends on there's such a multitude of different women that might see a gold chain and they're like, that's tacky.
Of course. And same with guys. They'll see a girl dress like a prostitute and be like, oh, she looks disgusting. Ooh, that's really tacky. I can't believe she's dressed like that. And they're called gay men. And the other ones are called lesbians.
Yeah, goddamn.
Any woman that doesn't look at a guy who's wearing a gold chain and get aroused is a lesbian. And vice versa.
Yeah, if you just saw... If there was an ad up and it was like, this thing is really expensive. This is the most expensive jacket you can own. Then you just saw someone wearing that jacket.
Yes.
With a nice haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a gold watch.
Oh, yeah.
In a classy
Even look at this.
way.
What do you think about this? This is a new little addition.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah. It's a necklace.
Sick.
Yeah, sick.
Cool. Where'd you get it?
My brother got it for me.
Oh, that's
yeah.
sweet.
What is it? Little crab.
Did you get confused and think I got it for you for a second?
Yeah, I actually kind of did. Because whoever gave it to me was
What's in there? A crab?
Yeah, like a...
Cancer.
Yeah, 69. I don't know what that has to do with...
69?
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with
I think
crab.
he's hitting on you.
But yeah, I've started a new little thing. So this is like wrapped around twice necklace into a bracelet.
Oh, that's sick.
So ladies, yeah, I'm going to watch what I'm wearing. I'm going to hide it when I go outside. I may not dress like this outside because I know the results or what happens when you dress like this.
Yeah, I guess it's like a woman is always wearing a gold chain, almost.
If she's not, though, if she's completely covered up, but then again, most women can be completely covered and still feel that.
Yeah, and still get sexually assaulted,
exactly.
for sure. For sure, you could have like an Islamic woman covered head to toe, and then someone sees her and they're like, "Oh, I feel like."
Or you literally have like a guy who just walking the streets looking like chilling it, and women are gonna be like, "Wow, this man looks like a liar."
Does it all come down to physicality? Looks like a liar.
Yeah, it does come down to physicality to an extent. Like a man who's buff and strong, muscular, you can kind of see that. Or even tall. Height's a big thing to women.
Yeah.
That's something they're into. But I guess, yeah, there is that idea of women always wearing the gold chain. Which is a tricky one, because then you kind of understand... But men just have to control themselves. At the end of the day, it's a natural thing. We are animals at the end of the day.
Yes.
But we have to be able to control ourselves. Is there something wrong with looking in a car? Is there something wrong with kind of taking that second look? I noticed that even driving here. I had to do 2 of those second looks. I was like, is this wrong?
Who are you looking
at? These kids trick-or-treating.
You're like, well, I'm going to dress provocatively.
Yeah.
And then someone looks at me and I'm like, what the hell?
I saw this girl, basically nothing covering her breasts. Barely nothing.
You just want to, like, stare. You want to drive past and stare.
And you get to that point where it's like, okay, I'm looking as she walks. I'm kind of in traffic. And then she goes to the left. And this is where I have to actively make the turn of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do it. Is that wrong?
You're like doing head checks like you're about to overtake someone, but you're actually in like a one-way...
I'm not even pretending. I'm just being an Italian man. I'm literally just looking.
Is that fine?
Is that fine? And then I saw a girl kind of like midriff exposed, everything, looking good. And I do it again. And I'm like, is this wrong? Am I wrong for doing this? I'm not acting. I'm not honking the horn. I'm not winding down the windows and yelling something out.
Mm.
If I wasn't in a rush, I would be doing those things. But I'm not doing them right now.
Yeah.
But is it wrong to look? And that's the scary thing. Is it wrong for... But I guess I'm sexualizing them.
Are they doing that?
It's such a... I don't even really... I think it's something so interesting to explore.
Are they doing that because they're going, no, yeah, I'm doing this because it makes me feel good about my...
And I know the
body.
first woman I could tell was a feminist. I know she's dressing like that because it makes her feel free. She just had all those other little signs like the dyed hair and everything, kind of that boho hippie fashion sense.
Yeah.
But a man's a man at the end of the day.
A man's a man?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, they're going to...
Like, I'm going to look at something that looks appealing. I know you're dressing like that. And
boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, ladies and gentlemen. Boys will be boys. What was she wearing? That's how we have to end this podcast.
You want to end it?
Oh, no. How are we going with time?
Yeah, we're over. We're over. What, 1:15?
Oh, sick. No, I think we can keep this up a little bit, but... It's a very...
to a screeching halt.
Oh, no. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Should we end this right now? But no, it's such a good conversation. I was thinking about it on the way here, where it's like, is that wrong? Is Chris D'Elia wrong for being attracted to 17-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, you actually have control. Yeah, I see what you mean. Because you have control.
Yes.
You have control to not pursue that.
I know, and it's this moment where it's like, I can get away with the looking ahead, the slight look at the girl. Is that enough?
Yeah.
But then what's stopping me from literally parking around the corner and following her? It's a level. Am I in rape culture now when I'm doing the look? I didn't need to. I've chosen to do the extra look because I want a little bit more. I'm getting kind of greedy at this point.
What about this as a little rule?
Mm.
You think about doing something like that, and then you're like, okay, now I have to tell that to a friend. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like,
When I do, they'd probably think I'm not gay, which is good.
Yeah.
But even like, I guess if it's me in that scenario and I saw the head move, I'd feel chuffed.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if I was walking down the street and I had my chain on and there was a girl driving the car and I saw her do the look, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling like the man.
The chain is a symbol of what's going on in your head.
Yeah.
Versus the body is a
That's
symbol
true.
of...
Or if I'm looking like a liar, if I'm looking like chilling it, walking down with the tank top, and I get that look.
Yeah.
Purely on my body.
Right.
And the girl's trying to be like, is this guy natural? And then she does the look. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, that's the thing. I wouldn't wind down the window because I can also understand the difference in the power dynamic. Like, I'm never scared of a woman doing anything to me. It's impossible.
But imagine, like, yeah, you're a woman walking up the street, and it's like, okay, you see that head turn.
Yeah.
But then it's every head for your whole life.
Since you were 11 years old, Halloween trick-or-treating anymore.
Yeah.
But even, like, I guess you can use the idea of gay men looking. Because, again, that scenario of, like, I don't feel a woman can overpower me or do anything. Some men can.
Yeah, I've been at
A
I've been
lot
at
of gay
parties.
bars
Yeah, no, I've
recently
been at
and-
parties
Yeah.
like with a lot of gay people there.
Yeah, which is a very normal thing for Jackson to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been to parties with a lot of gay people there, and
Imagine what the other guys were saying. They're like, yeah, there was this...
it's almost too easy. My mind's going in too many directions. But yeah, they're very like, well, these like people were like very kind of predatory, I guess.
Yes. Most gay men are.
Why
Let's
is
just-
that? Why is that?
I think it's like a cultural thing, but they're very handsy. Like I remember like a friend telling me like, oh, what was it? It was that silly, what's that silly? Universal Bar, Oxford Street.
Right, of course.
Apparently that's just like, people are extremely handsy there.
Right.
If you're a guy that goes in there, you're going to get touched. You're going to get groped.
The
You're going to have guys that kind of force
I think
things upon you.
there's like a difference where if you're a guy and a guy puts a hand on you
Yeah.
and you like confront them, that reinforces your masculinity,
Yeah.
which is attractive.
Yes.
You're standing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas if a woman was to do it, the reaction, well, like the typical reaction is like, oh, this person is,
Thinks she's better than me.
or she's a bitch or something.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
You know what I mean? Like,
You could have a bit of that for the gay man. Well,
What do you
you
mean?
ain't all that anyway. Potentially.
the gay man says that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they
potentially.
would.
Yeah,
That's the natural
yeah.
reaction.
Of course.
Is to like negatively react to someone.
Yeah. No one likes rejection. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
you're almost in denial about it.
yeah.
It's as though you've taken steroids. Yeah.
Dylan is the only person that has never been rejected by a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you do have this idea of men can have a slight idea of what it's like being a woman when they go to a gay bar or around a lot of aggressive gay men. And that's the thing, you can empathize for it a little bit, but you can never really get there. Because again, at the end of the day, you are a man. You guys, at the end of the day, just going to lock horns.
Who?
You and the other man.
Gay guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to lock horns. It's going to be a noble thing. For the women and the guy, it's never going to be a locking of horns. There's no battle to be had. She's the
Victim.
she's the victim. There's no fight.
But if a gay man takes sexual advantage of you,
You're going to lock horns. You're both men at the end of the day. You're going to fight.
yeah.
And it's going to be attractive. It's going to be hot for the guy.
Yeah, and if they beat you in that fight, you'd probably be attracted to them.
If they beat you
That's
in
how
that
you
fight,
turn gay.
if a man rapes you, a gay man rapes you, you deserved it. If you can't fight him off, you deserved it. So that's just how it works, being a man. It's like prison. It's like prison. You know, if you can't fight off getting raped in the shower, you deserved it.
If you want to feel like you're wearing a gold chain, go to Oxford Street.
But yes,
Yeah.
there's really, really something there. It's a fascinating one. And at the end of the day, I'd be terrified being a woman. Just not having any sense of humor. I'm not even.
No, I wanted more. I wanted more.
I would be terrified being a woman. It'd be absolutely terrifying, especially when you're kind of around these huge men and you know you can't do anything.
But you can't.
You can't do a thing.
The more confusing part is they are attracted to men.
Yeah, and you're attracted to men.
So that's why it's like no one wants their chain stolen.
Yeah.
Not stolen. No one's going to give you their chain.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Women are going to give themselves to who they find attractive. Just as a man would to that woman.
Of course.
It's an exchange. No one's literally just going to be like, oh yeah, take this chain.
So basically, Jackson's saying they're asking for it.
That's why I changed my words. That's why I changed the wording.
That's why Jackson says you're asking for it.
No one wants their chain stolen. Fact.
Yes.
But you're not going to give... A man's not going to give away his chain.
Yes.
But a woman will give away their body.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's even that wording is like harsh. But do you know what I mean? Like they're going to be like, oh yeah, I do want to hook up with this person.
But then I guess you've got this world again. Like if a woman pursued a guy, they're basically going to say yes at the end of the day. There's nothing horrific about a woman taking charge. There's never any horrific element to it. Men will basically have sex with anyone. Women won't. That's the difference. Because they're stuck up. And
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the scary thing. And I know no guy, like again, if women were in this perfect world and they were all 6'5", like we were talking about earlier, men will be like, yes. Like dropping the soap everywhere. There wouldn't be any of the outrage because men will be having a blast.
Can't even picture it. Hey, like if that was a situation now and it's like this massive woman's just coming up like...
And she's like, why won't you get hard? And she's like, why is it so long but you won't get hard? And he's like, I did a thing. I did a challenge.
Yeah. All right, maybe we cap it there.
Yeah, let's see if we can quickly add on something about she gets you. You're assaulted by a woman. She pulls down your pants, and she says, "I knew you were lying, chilling it."
Thank you, everybody.
There we go, folks.
Good night, everybody.